I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect coffin shape. I wanna pinch the form to a point, just like I'm doing a stiletto nail. Since we already have a lot of C-curve, I'm gonna make sure that when I get my form on, I almost want it to feel like this part of the form is just slightly higher than the tip, right? It almost looks like it's slightly raised up, right? All that's going to do is keep your side walls really, really straight and give you a lot of C-curve right through the tip. Do not build a square tip, right? Don't even build, right, a coffin shaped tip. Build yourself a stiletto tip, then square off the front end. I'm gonna be working with Cover Flamingo. I'm gonna pull down, I'm going to bounce, 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 right? I want to drain the excess liquid from the back end of my brush. When I set this to the front end and I release my brush, you're going to notice it's not going to run. I'm gonna walk it from the top. I'm gonna get it even with my side, walk it from my top, even from the side, connection. I go back over the top. I do the same thing, even with the side, and I continue to get connection all the way from corner to corner, okay? Now, once I have connection from this side to this side, what we're going to do is we're going to start stretching the free edge out. So I start to I'm starting to use this side of my brush. I start tapering it in, right? Tapering it in at an angle, and then watch this. If I brush this out, I will be able to stretch it out to the desired length and shape, right? So instead of trying to use the body to move it down, once you have it even from side to side, use your brush and just pull through the free edge so that you can get the extended length. Now remember, all I'm trying to do, right? I'm thinking, try to make this as pointed as you can, right? And then really focusing on keeping the free edge as even as possible, right? Now watch this. I'm just gonna take the end of my brush and I'm literally just going to square off the front end, and you're going to see how we're going to get that really, really tight, right? Coffin free edge, right? So think about building pointed, then using the back end of your brush to squaring it off. Once we have that established, we're going to do the overlay. I'm going to load this up with a healthy amount, and I'm not going to drain anything. I'm just gonna wait a few seconds, then again, release slowly. Use the tip of the brush just to lightly slide towards the cuticle area as the bead starts moving down towards the stress area. You see I'm kind of contouring my brush as I'm moving around. Right when it gets to the stress area, right here from the front is where I want to start pulling through, okay? So again, once I have it down, I'm not pulling the whole thing through, I'm kind of really pulling through the sides and the front so that I can keep a majority of the upper arch. Look at this. I want to try to keep a majority of the thickness, right, through that stress area, allowing the bead to flow and then really focusing on the tip of the brush to kind of guide it through. What I'll be able to do is lightly feather it into the free edge. Now all I have to do is work on that tip. To fill that negative space, I'm going to submerge my brush. Okay, I'm going to get myself a nice bead. You can choose to drain the excess liquid. I'm literally in between, right, this body and the tip. I'm gonna set my brush back. I'm gonna blend into the body. Now all that excess product I have here, all I have to do is walk it from side to side, right, and then start using the body of the brush to move it all the way down to the very, very end of the tip, right, to redistribute all the acrylic that is missing, right? And if I choose to blend back, to kind of blend into the body, I can choose to do that, wipe my brush, and then again, use the body of the brush, and all you're doing is literally walk. You can see how I'm contouring and walking from side to side. I have full control, making sure that I'm actually able to get it dead even from side to side. All we have to do, again, is wait for this to dry. I'm gonna show you the proper steps to file it into perfection. All right, so the product is cured. We're now gonna file it into perfection. One thing I wanna be able to show you is because the form was pinched, you can see without even pinching the nail, the level of C-curve that we have, right? So putting the form in that position is gonna set you up so you're gonna be able to form a really nice C-curve naturally. 5 points of filing. I need to keep my file straight on the right side. I need to keep my file straight on the left side. I'm trying to get these really, really straight edges. And then I'm going to square off the front. And because, you know, I shaped it as pointed as I can and squared it off, it's going to really give you that tapered coffin look that your customer deserves. Okay, now the lower arch. I just need to make sure that when I'm filing this, I don't start from the corner and bring it up. I need to start right here at the bottom, file up until we reach, right, the corner. That way our lower arch is going to be dead straight, coming all the way off. Great way is turning the hand to the side, right, parallel with the finger and filing up until your hand file reaches that corner. Boom. Try to get those lower arches as straight as we possibly can. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use our electric file. It's about 14,000 RPMs. What I like to do again is look at the side profile. I'm gonna reduce a little bit of thickness off the back end. I'm gonna come through the upper arch all the way down to the front in one direction. I'm gonna look down the barrel of the nail when I'm filing, right? I'm not going side to side like this. All I'm going to do so that I can see the level of thickness is move in one direction towards myself to reduce it evenly from side to side. Now going to go around the cuticle area to reduce a little bit of bulk and then follow through the balance of the nail before you hand file the rest of it into absolute perfection. And then use our hand file to shape it well. So again, what I like to do is go around the cuticle area real fast, focus on the left side first. By holding the hand file on the top, I don't have to, again, do small little jabs at it. I could use the whole entire surface to come down at an angle. Boom. I could use the right side, right? Holding on the bottom, contact going up, let it fall. Now, once I have a majority of this shaped, right? What we want to be able to do to make sure that we have absolutely great sides, right? All I'm doing is just looking at it from the top. I want to be able to turn it around. I want to be able to get a great client profile. And you can see I'll be able to make my adjustments, but taking a look at from this profile, you can see how straight my edges are on both sides. You can see how everything tapers down to the very, very front end. You can see how dead square this is. We're going to finish it off, protein bond the surface, put top coat, and it is as easy as that.